Give me a chance to lead this institution according to the ideals that we stand for. Not to crucify me just because I come from some country. Some of you maybe feel like we are still colonized in the mind. No, we are not. Please treat me with dignity the same way I am treating with you with dignity.
The video that I'm going to react today, I'm very happy because it is from a lady, and this lady is from East Africa, and East Africa from Tanzania. Who will believe that we'll have a bold Tanzanian lady, a bold lady from Tanzania speaking out her mind, you know? Right now, we have a problem with Tanzania because Tanzania are doing away with the opposition. But this leader, she is the president of IPU. IPU stands for International Parliament Union. It was formed in 1889, sometimes back. It has like 136 members, I guess so. But the leader or the president of IPU is Dr. Tulia. Dr. Tulia went and met with the Russian President Putin during the meeting of BRICS. And you know what BRICS stand for. For those who don't know BRICS, BRICS stand for Brazil, Russia stands for India, China, and South Africa. It's a union of these 6 countries trying to change the wave of the United Nations, okay? So Dr. Tulia had to meet Ukraine and Russia, and then she first met Russia. And when she went to the panel, she was asked by this leader or a member from Lithuania, asking her, why did you went to Russia first instead of going to Ukraine? What business do you have with Russia? It was like, you don't have business to do with Russia. Who gave you a mandate to go to Russia? And the lady spoke out loud and boldly. First of all, let's watch this video and then we go continue.
Madam President, I would like to ask you about your last trip to Russia. What did you feel when shaking hands with the war criminal Putin from the terrorist regime in Russia? What especially mandated you, who especially mandated you to represent the IPU, and what benefit did this visit bring to democracy and not to Russian propaganda? Do you agree that your visit to Russia before visiting victim country Ukraine was a mistake, and do you regret it? Thank you.
Colleagues, a concern was raised by Iraq in respect of the report that I've just given you, and Iraq was questioning why did I visit Russia in the context of the war in Ukraine and not Gaza. I would like to inform my colleague that you might note that in November last year, I visited Palestine and I visited Israel and I met the leaders. And that was my first visit after becoming president in October. So it's not like I have ignored what is happening in the Middle East, what is happening in Lebanon, what is happening in Gaza, and what happened in Israel. So I treat all the conflicts the same way. And you might also want to note the conflicts that we are talking about in the Middle East, the war that we are talking about in Ukraine, they are not the only conflicts that IPU is looking at. We are concerned about what is happening in Yemen. We are concerned about what is happening in Syria. We are concerned about what is happening in Sudan. We are concerned about what is happening in West Africa. We are concerned about what is happening in DRC. Lithuania asked specific questions. Who mandated you to visit Russia? Why not Ukraine first? The letters were sent out, dear colleagues. The letters were sent very explicitly. They explained, and if you need copies of those letters because they are not secrets, you can always have copies. Letters were sent to our counterparts in Ukraine. Letters were sent to our counterparts in Russia. My visit was to begin with Ukraine. Ukraine responded the dates that we were ready to visit them. Mr. Zelensky and Mr. Speaker would be in New York for the NATO meeting. Would I have stopped them? No. It would be wise. In any case, I don't have such powers. Now, because the meeting of BRICS was taking place, Would I stop going to Russia because Ukraine is not ready to receive me because of time? No. Why? Because IPU stands for dialogue. IPU is talking about parliamentary diplomacy. And it is in that context that I did all that I did. And I thought I would be given a little credit for all the efforts that I've done, not to be crucified for things that I have not. You're asking here who mandated me. Who mandated the former president who came from the 12 plus to visit Kiev? Who mandated him? Please, I think we have to reach a point where I have explained myself several times to you 12 plus, to everybody else who cared to understand. If you have a feeling like I went to Russia without going to Ukraine first, I have told you several times, letters were sent out. I wouldn't turn out my visit to Russia because I'm unable to reach Ukraine. You didn't ask me similar questions when I visited Israel, did you? You didn't ask me similar questions when I visited Palestine, did you? You're not going to ask me similar questions when I visit Sudan. You're not going to ask me similar questions when I visit other places. I think, colleagues, let's have trust. You have elected a president who is supposed to deliver to her mandate. You have elected a president who is supposed to deliver to her mandate, and I think you are dealing with me unjustifiably, which is not fair to anybody. The questions that you have been raising, I have responded them to the best of my knowledge and to the best of my objectivity in all this matter. And you must know, I would not have asked to meet Mr. Putin if it wasn't for Ukraine. My commitment to doing that, and this is not the first place I'm visiting. Why is it that is looking like I have met this person and therefore the president of IPU has all of a sudden become a monster? Please treat me with dignity the same way I am treating you with dignity. I will at all times advance parliamentary diplomacy. I will at all times give respect to the ideals of IPU, but I request you members to also accept I'm not God, I'm not an angel, I'm only human, I'm doing what is possible within my powers. The president of the task force has just informed you, and I have been repeating myself in this respect. I was requested by the task force to do what I did. What did I do wrong? I was supposed to sit back and tie my hands and say there's nothing we can do as IPU. That will not be doing justice to the women and children of Ukraine who are suffering. That wouldn't be fair to the mandate that you have given me. Give me a chance to lead this institution according to the ideals that we stand for. Not to crucify me just because I come from some country. Some of you maybe feel like we are still colonized in the mind. No. No, we are not. No, we are not. So please, let's respect each other. I'm doing the best that I can, and that is exactly what I'll do. That is my commitment to you. I will keep doing that. Thank you very much. They want the full record. I did not record the meeting, so I don't have that record. Secondly, the resolutions were shared. They have been shared several times, and I also mentioned them. Kidnapped children that are in Russia, that is an important issue to IPU. We have been working together with the task force, and we will keep working together to make sure children are returned to Ukraine. You have talked about written requests. I have responded to every request that comes to me. The good thing is when they come to me, they go to the Secretary General as well. There is no secret about this thing. If anybody wants more information, we have a whole file of all the communications. On the other hand, I have been asked here, Denmark asked me why I visited Russia while I haven't visited Ukraine. I have already expressed what actually happened. I believe, dear colleagues, This explanation puts at rest this matter so that you let me lead the institution you entrusted me to. That said, colleagues, like I said, we are very much behind time, and so we now go ahead on the second part of item 4.
Welcome back. That is Dr. Tulia. Do you see how bold she is? Do you see she's a no-nonsense lady? There's a point she said that because I'm in a country somewhere in East Africa, that a country that most of you think is below average, that's why you are treating me like this? We are not mind colonized anymore. It was awesome. We are not mind colonized anymore. We are not brainwashed anymore. We are not buying the stories that Africans are poor, that Africans are less educated, that Africans need to be controlled. She said that. She said that. And she deserved an accolade. Because a lot of leaders out here, whenever they are being questioned by a white man or the West, they tremble. They become weak. They cannot tackle. They cannot say anything. They cannot protect the dignity of Africa. But this lady protected the dignity of Africa at all cost, protected the dignity of Tanzania at all cost, protected the dignity of a black man, of a black person at all cost. Because as they think black people are the most stupid people, but I usually tell them, no, we are the most educated, we have brains. So this lady, for being treated like this, it was bad. Because she explained why she went to Russia first. But this Lithuania president, a puppet from the West, not president, Lithuania colleague, raised this question, and Dr. Tulia felt that it's out of context, felt that it's because that she comes from Africa, she comes from a small country in Africa, that's why she's being treated like that. Now, I want to say something. I have seen multiple times where we have black people and white people together, more so in the platforms of political platforms, and white people feel like they are more bigger than the black people. Even when the presidents, African presidents, are going for a summit there, maybe in China, in Russia, the way they are being treated is different. You saw a video or you saw a clip where African presidents were going to the funeral of the Queen. By the way, I don't know why. She was a colonizer. British colonized Africa, a lot of countries. And it was bad. The torture and everything caused by the British. They stole things from us, But still, when she died, every African president, some of them were there. It showed different picture. It showed to me that we are still serving the white supremacy. It showed me that we as Africans or African leaders or African politicians are still serving the colonizer. So the way African leaders are being treated out here, it's bad. But most of them, they don't speak for themselves. Most of them, they fear. But few of them, they speak out loud. Julius Malema, they speak out loud and tell them that we are not like this. We are not anymore brainwashed. We need to change as African people. We need to show the white people that we are capable. We need to show that we are at the same level or less. We are far, far, far from them. So Dr. Tulia made this statement, and it was a statement that brought a lot of happiness to African people. I have seen people reacting, saying that she is the one, but she is the one because she knows the right of African people. She is the one because she knows to put the West at their place. She knows to put this white man at his place. So she is not, or she cannot be shaken by anything. She said that on a bigger platform, that you think the country that I come from, you think that I'm still brainwashed? No, I'm not like that. So this is just to show us that we need to speak out. We need, as African people, we need to bring back what's us. We need to stand for ourselves so that they can know that, we have the brains. We don't fear anymore. So don't fear anymore. Anywhere you are, you need to stand up, stand out for yourself, stand up for Africa, the way Dr. Tulia did, protecting the dignity of Africa. Okay? I don't know what you think about that video. Of course, I'm yet to see your comments on the comment section and to like the video. I am the Kenyan Beast, and we gonna meet in the next episode. Until next time, peace be with you.